first fight, we will feature a couple of youngsters in the pro game, Hugo Vargas and Shanaris Frager. Vargas, only 3 amateur fights.
He said his game is better suited towards the professional game. This is his pro debut, so we'll find out. And he's very excited because he's making his pro debut here in Fort Myers, where he lives. Said he idolizes Julio Cesar Chavez. Look for him to go to the body early and often against his opponent, Frager, who tells me he idolizes Mike Tyson. So you got a guy that idolizes Tyson, a guy that idolizes Julio Cesar Chavez. What does that make for a war, I think?
Well, we hope they can fight just a little bit like those guys. Who's my idol? Of course, it's Smitty. Who else? And I get to work with him for the entire evening. We hope you will sit back, relax, and enjoy our show of CSI Boxing. It should be a good one. And first up, it is Hugo Vargas and Shanaris Frager. Stay where you are. And we're getting very close to our first match of the evening here at the Exhibition Hall in Fort Myers, Florida. And it will be a matchup of a couple of young professionals, Hugo Vargas and Shanaris Frager. They are junior welterweights. They will be going 4 rounds. And as we look at these 2 young men and look at the tail of the tape on these, well, first of all, we'll take a look at them. Shanaris Frager, there he is, the 19-year-old. Who, as we said, has 1 loss as a professional, no wins yet. And Hugo Vargas across the ring, who is coming into this arena shortly, who is undefeated and no wins either, no losses. There comes Hugo Vargas. Gets a big response. He is from Fort Myers, and the home crowd will be rooting for him.
Yes. See the Mexican music. He's a big fan of Julio Cesar Chavez, but he lives right here in Fort Myers and excited to make his debut before, as you can hear, so many of his fans.
Love the poncho he has on. It really looks great. Now it's time for the tail of the tape, and we take a look at how these 2 fighters stack up.
Well, both of them youngsters. Vargas 22 against Frager 19. Height advantage for Frager, weight advantage for Vargas, and a big reach advantage for Frager. We'll see if he can utilize that tonight against Vargas.
Yeah, 7 inches in the reach. We'll see what that brings to bear. And there is the Florida rules. As you look down the rules, no standing 8-3 knockdown rule. Only the ref can stop the fight. And also, if there's a clash of heads and they have to stop the bout, they would before the 4th round it would be a technical draw, and after that it would be they would go to the scorecards. So Hugo Vargas, Shanaris Frager all ready to go. So are we, and we hope you are too. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, this feature bout is brought to you by Corporate Sponsors International in association with SJC Boxing, Pichette Promotions, Pennzoil, Cardenas Markets, and Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina. This feature bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the junior welterweight division. Your judges, Rick Bays, Fred Fleury, and Mike Ross. Your referee is Armando Garcia. Introducing first, out of the red corner, weighing 137 1/4 pounds, wearing the all-black trunks. He comes to us from Miami, Florida. He is making his professional debut. Here is Shanaris Buckwild Frager. His opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing 141 1/2 pounds. He is wearing red, white, and green. He comes to us from La Belle, Florida. He is also making his professional debut. Let's welcome Hugo Choco Vargas. 4 rounds of boxing in the junior welterweight division.
We agree the instructions were going to be in English, and also my verbal commands in the ring, okay? This is a good punch right here. Look at this, okay? These are just a little bit high. Right here is okay, all right? Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. May the best man win.
So we're set to go. Just to deal with the discrepancy, we had mentioned that Frager was over. There is Hugo Vargas, who we know is making his pro debut. And across the way, Shanaris Vargas, who we had listed it as 0-1. That was the information we had. And then Bob Alexander said it was his pro debut. So we'll see. And Fight Facts, which is the Bible of boxing in terms of records, does not have him listed. So that's a mystery. He'll either have his second or first pro fight tonight.
Either way, both of these guys inexperienced, you see, and you can see some of that inexperience. Frager coming in, sticking his chin way up in the air. That can be a very dangerous thing, especially against a guy who claims to have a very good hook in Hugo Vargas.
Vargas, a 22-year-old who works as a diesel mechanic when he is not fighting. And right now he is going downstairs to the body pretty well against Shanaris Frager. Vargas had 3 amateur fights, and while he had a couple guys hurt during the course of that, he ended up losing several of those, saying that his style just suits the pros better.
Yeah, just said he is a guy who works on his power, and you see some of that power. Frager looks like a guy with a lack of experience. Again, you see him every time he throws a shot, Frager, how he sticks his chin way up in the air, which is really dangerous.
Yeah, he is not defensively. Shanaris Frager has some issues. He keeps his hand very low. And Vargas very much trying to get that overhand right in. Good jab by Vargas. It is very warm in this building. We should tell you that for the fighters, it's not going to be easy if a fight goes a long way in our main event and the co-main. It's July in the middle of Florida, and the air conditioning isn't working too good in this building, and so it's hot. It's even hotter for Shanaris Vargas. He got spun around with that left hand, and now he tackles Vargas. So Shanaris Frager having an eventful first round, to say the least.
He's in some trouble.
He's hurt.
Listen
I think
that like that, okay?
Frager was hurt when they went down. He landed underneath Vargas. He's not very steady right now.
He is so wide open.
And down he goes, and I believe this fight will be over.
7, 8.
Like a body shot. And the way he's wincing in pain wouldn't surprise me if he broke a rib or something there. Well, Vargas said he was a good body puncher.
A right hand by this man, Hugo Vargas, and he told us earlier yesterday at the weigh-in that it was a combination of nervousness and excitement in his pro debut in front of his home fans, and he said, I just don't want to embarrass myself. Well, he didn't. He won in the very first round, knocking out Shanaris Frager. Frager is up now.
You know, Frager said he had no amateur experience, and you can really see that he's an example of someone who clearly needs to go back and retool and learn some of the tools of this trade. Looking at some of the action, Vargas all over Frager. Right hand lands. Frager doesn't know what to do. Body shot, and down he goes. Looks like right to the solar plexus there. Maybe the Bob Fitzsimmons shot there. Definitely was a right hand to the body that was the finishing, but you could see that Frager turning around. That's a real sign of, and then resorts to the tackling tactics.
And I think that took something out of Frager. He hurt himself a little bit during that there. And the punch that Smitty was referring to, of course, Bob Fitzsimmons, who beat Gentleman Jim Corbett for the heavyweight title back in the early 1900s, or 1800s even. We were not there for that one. Let's go to Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Armando Garcia reaches the count of 10 at 2 minutes, 3 seconds of the first round. Your winner and now undefeated, Hugo Chaco Vargas.
So Hugo Vargas gets his first win with something resembling the solar plexus shot, as they dubbed the Fitzsimmons punch to Corbett. Not quite as famous, to be sure, here, but nevertheless for Hugo Vargas, it means just